Hi, I'm Peter Sidwell from Simply Good Food TV. I am here to make an amazing recipe. We're going to make Portuguese tarts, but we're going to go savoury, not sweet. Yes, you heard it. We're going to go savoury Portuguese tarts. Love them. Bought one the other day in Ambleside actually when we were out. An amazing little food deli shop just on the corner, kind of opposite Dodd Cafe and the apple pie. Lovely shop, strongly recommend a visit. But that was a sweet one, so it kind of got me thinking, and off I went. So, we start off with puff pastry. Chefs and bakers do not make puff pastry anymore, so I have no problem buying it. Life is too short, okay, so don't worry about it. Right, so puff pastry, and this technique, do you know what? You can make sweet ones as savoury as you like. And you can make all kinds of different savoury ones, and I think it's a great way to make something just a little bit different, but a little bit familiar at the same time, which I kind of think is a really cool way to cook. So, puff pastry. Carefully slice it down the middle long ways, okay? And then we'll put that on top. So we've got both sheets. Could just fold it, I suppose, if you wanted to. And then we're just going to roll them together. Because the reason why we do this is, we want the tarts to be really flaky and delicious and buttery, but we don't want them to rise like you do with, you know, straightforward, horizontally baked puff pastry. So, we roll it up and it kind of confuses the dough, but it still flakes out, but who knows which direction. So, roll it up. And you could flavour the pastry. You could have sort of brushed some milk or egg in there and sprinkled it with all kind of seeds and nuts, if you're going, you know, or spices. Maybe some nigella seeds might be kind of cool, paprika, whatever you like. So, in fact, I've made myself think now. I'm going to dust some paprika in here. This will be awesome. Okay, so let's unravel this. Forget everything I just said. Right, I've got amazing smoked paprika. I'm very lucky that in Simply Good Food TV, we work with producers who make beautiful products. And these guys make the most incredible smoked paprika. And if you want to find it, go to Simply Good Food TV's app, go into the shop and in kitchen ingredients, and you'll find this and find where to buy it. And let me tell you, it is delicious. It's kind of smoky. It's almost like bonfires. It's amazing. So, we're just going to take some of that. And we're just going to kind of dust it around, and that's just going to give us more flavour in this. See, look at that kind of cool, funky red. That's amazing. Why didn't I think of that before, Emily? So we'll roll that up, and you're going to get that amazing kind of flavour. But what we're going to actually flavour our Portuguese tarts with is chorizo. Okay, so we've got a local chorizo producer here in Cumbria in the Lake District, makes it with his own local pigs. Amazing. And there are so many of them out there. British charcuterie, inspired by the continent, is alive and well and kicking. It really, really is. So, roll it up. Now we've got that flavour. Now carefully cut these into, well, what's that? It's about 1 inch, 3 centimetres, something like that, okay? Doesn't matter perfectly, these are rustic. Now, can you see, look at that. So you got that lovely swirl of flavour there. Okay, so all we're going to do is squash them like that. Okay? And that'll just kind of confuse the pastry and it will just flake everywhere in no particular manner. I've got this cool little one here. We use this, you can buy this on our website, go to the shop. And you can buy this direct to your door through Amazon and off it goes. Really, really good. Ceramic bakeware, nothing sticks. Alright, good price as well. Right, and then we've got, so we'll just kind of roll it out like that. And that's it. And if you kind of look, you can see that kind of swirling, marbling flavour. Okay, and we'll just pop it in there and just tuck it in. I'm going to leave a few little bits around the edges so they kind of puff out, and then we'll just do the same on all of these, and we'll bake them for about 10 minutes to get them going, then we'll fill them with the flavour. Squash it down, push them up the sides, there we go. So that's it. We're going to put those in the oven for 10 minutes, get it all going while we make the filling. So while we're doing this as well, I'll tell you a little bit about Simply Good Food TV. So having done quite a few TV programmes in the UK, I decided I wanted to make the programmes I wanted to make, and the people who I see out there every day, they wanted to make. So, because of that, I decided to build a TV app, a bit like Netflix, a bit like Amazon, that sort of thing, and create a digital platform where the public can watch nothing but food programmes. And the people who make those programmes are the chefs, because the chefs and the presenters and the writers and the bloggers, they want to make programmes and they want to talk to you. So I thought, well, rather than make my own channel for me and my world, I'll make one for all of us. So we've built Simply Good Food TV. You can download it free in the App Store, go to Apple or go to Google Play Store, download it for free. Go onto your computer, go to the website, simplygoodfoodtv.com. All our recipes are there. We spend all our working days finding the best recipe content out there the world has to offer, put it all in one place. And then we turn it into films and programs and videos, and we start traveling and we create recipes that will inspire you to get in the kitchen to create amazing food. So we're gonna make our filling. We've got our pastry in the oven, cooking away. It needs 10 minutes, and then we'll fill it and then we'll do the rest. So I've got some beautiful chorizo here. Lovely, smoky. I mean, most people have chorizo kicking around in the fridge somewhere. So, what we're going to do is we're going to cut it in half, long ways, then cut it into quarters. It's quite important to do this small because the heat needs to penetrate into the chorizo to allow all the flavours to come out. So, chop it nice and small. Smells good already. Nice and smoky, a little bit of spice in there. These are going to be delicious. You could easily do vegetarian ones if you wanted. You could add in some, those lovely sort of preserved roasted peppers. You could mix all those up with some really nice slow cooked onions, some paprika, and do exactly the same, no problem. So we're going to take some eggs. So we've got these lovely Lake District eggs here because that's where we live. So I've got 2 of those. And then I'm going to do 1 egg yolk. Okay. So it's lovely and rich, but it's not too eggy, if that makes sense. It's just got, it's got a nice richness to it. So 2 large eggs, 1 large egg yolk. There we go. So we'll give that a little whisk. Break it all up. There we go. Gonna add some sour cream, okay, because I don't want it too rich and creamy. I want a little bit of bite, a little bit of balance. So that can go in. So what's that? That is 150 mils of sour cream. And whisk that in as well. And then a little bit more of our lovely smoked paprika. Probably half a teaspoon. There we go. In it goes. Right. And let's just mix all that together before we then start to add the rest of the ingredients. So I mean, we are kind of really making like little mini quiches, if you like. So in with our chorizo. There we go. Don't need the whisk now, we've broken that up. Right, so I've got some chives, which are member of the onion family, so that kind of real savoury hit. Okay, so we'll chop half of these. These are picked from our garden outside. So everything's starting to kind of kick into life now, which is great. All my wild herbs and all the cultivated ones are all starting to grow back now, which is great. And then coriander is best friends with egg and chorizo and paprika, so it's a great addition. If you don't like it, don't add it. Don't lose any sleep over it. So chop all the coriander stalk really, really fine, and then the leaf a little bit wider. There we go. And that can just go straight in there. Get it all in. A little bit of seasoning, pinch of salt, not a lot, you don't need much for this. Pinch of pepper. There we go. Let's find a fork. And I'll just mix all this together. So this is kind of ready now. All we need to do is spoon this into our pastry cups, back into the oven for another 10 or 15 minutes till that pastry is lovely and crisp, and it is going to be absolutely delicious. Okay, so we just give that a good mix together, and then final addition, we're going to add some cheese. Now, you could add manchego if you want to say Spanish. I've got some cheddar in the fridge. It's a mature cheddar, so it's going to kind of do the same job, and I just want it to add a bit of flavour in there, a bit more. If you like lots of cheese in it, put loads in, but I just think a little bit just kind of helps. There we go, that's about 30 grams, something like that. Eat that bit. There we go. Now, this time of year you could add wild garlic to it because there's loads of that growing around as well if you like. But I think that is going to work perfectly. Brilliant. Okay, pastry tarts have had 20 minutes in the oven, and they've kind of puffed up and filled the middle. So all I've done is I've grabbed a spoon and I've just pushed them out. So I've made a bit of a void in there, okay? And then we're just going to mix this together. I've got a little ladle here, and then all we're going to do is fill them up. Look at that. Lovely. So don't overfill them because they'll kind of want to rise a little bit, and that's okay. So we'll just pop that in there. There we go. Give it a good mix as well because you want to make sure that you get the chorizo in there, a little bit of everything, and give it a second to kind of settle before you put them in the oven, because sometimes the egg mixture will need that little bit of time just to drop into all the little nooks and crannies and holes, gaps. There we go. Lovely. There we go. So a little top up again. That one needs a good fill up. Take a few of those pieces of chorizo, I might have missed them. Okay. Right. There we go. Back into the oven. Probably for another 15 minutes, I reckon, for these will be absolutely fine. I'm going to drop the oven down to 160 because I don't need it quite as hot now. All I need to do is cook that egg mixture through and just finish the pastry, and they'll be absolutely delicious.